Alright, we're back on. I was going to cuss the car dealer out, but as usual, it was the state employee's fault. The car dealer did their part, the state employees didn't. Imagine that. And they'll get in their Mercedes-Benz or their brand new trucks, or ride their brand new Harley, go home and sit in their $160,000, $70,000 house and complain about the world because they're broke. Don't feel sorry for you. You're just an idiot. Another thing that would be good for the state of Illinois is why not put a casino in downtown Springfield in all those empty office buildings? I mean, really. All the festivals that are going on in downtown Springfield, when you had the state fair going on, how much money would that have generated? When the convention centers got things going on like the VFW, National Convention or State Convention, the FFA's got conventions going on. Granted, it's high school kids, but adults have to come and chaperone them. When you got bands like Styx in town, Kiss in town, the WWE, all these different events going on, why don't you think that the casino would generate some serious cash instead of having these little one-armed bandits all over town? I mean, really? You know, it's kind of stupid. And you think about it, a casino, then in turn, you'd have to hire security. They have jobs. You'd have to hire bartenders and barmaids. They'd have jobs. You'd have to put in a couple restaurants. There's some more jobs. You'd generate all kinds of nice jobs to the downtown area of Springfield instead of putting these little stupid machines all over town. That's just food for thought. That'd be something I'd do as governor. Next thing I'd do as governor, I'd have Pat Quinn, Rod Blagojevich, and George Ryan's pictures all taken down, and I'd let a dog take a dump on them. Why? Because them three idiots are the ones that single-handedly have broke this state. And I can prove it. When George Ryan was governor, there were only 4 deputy directors in the Illinois Department of Corrections and 4 assistant deputy directors. Overnight, that department went from a $1.2 billion budget to a $4.5 billion budget because they decided they needed zones now, and in these zones they needed deputy directors, assistant deputy directors, and associate deputy directors. So we went from having 4 people to 40 overnight, just in that move. Then, of course, industry had to have a deputy director, and of course, industry had to have that deputy director. He had to have an assistant deputy director. Of course, he had to have an associate deputy director, because you got to rob from Peter to pay Paul, and then you got to have, you know, what's the Three Stooges when you only have 2 of them? So they had to make it 3. Then they decide that they don't like the green uniform, so they spent over $1 million putting everybody in this LAPD blue under George Ryan. And the director at that time was a Snyder. Guess where he went to? He went to prison. So then they decided after that they wanted these fancy tour buses to put these inmates on. Okay, I don't know about you, but if a children's butt can sit on a Bluebird with no air conditioning and sweat their ass off, what about a sex offender or a murderer or a rapist? I don't think they should get any special privileges like that. Oh, and those buses were leased for like $30 million on the taxpayer's dime. Then after that wasn't enough. They decided that they were going to detail and put all these beautiful stickers on these cars that say Illinois Department of Corrections, because they wanted to look like the police, like the po-po. Okay? Now, me being the governor, I would have fired Snyder's dumb ass right there. Okay? What kind of an inbred moron would put Illinois Department of Correction stickers on a car when you're taking an inmate who's probably a Crip, Blood, Disciple, Vice Lord, whatever, into a gang-infested neighborhood to a funeral? And you got all this crap on your car, and these gangbangers know that you only carry a 38 with two extra reloads. So you're walking into a gang-infested neighborhood with 18 shots. They got more power in their squirt gun than you got. So, you know, this derelict decides that he wants to mark all these vehicles so that everybody knows corrections is coming down the highway. A frickin' idiot. So that taxpayers had to pay for that move. And then when the idiot wasn't done with that one, they decided that all the officers' uniforms had to be dry cleaned now because the officers, in their lovely grooming standards, couldn't take care of themselves. And what's really sad is you see some of these officers out in the street today. They got mullets, big old bushy beards, and in that blue uniform, they look like they belong back in the Civil War. Got big old thick hair, cigarettes drooping out of their face. Yeah, it really did a lot of good to make them feel good about themselves. Dumbasses still don't know how to find a barbershop or a decent shave. But anyway, so you put these fancy dancy uniforms on them. They give them these badges that's got points like stars on them. So guess what now? You just gave the inmates an extra weapon inside the prison. Stupid ass. Give them these big silver badges. These badges cost $75 a piece. Okay, there's like 14,000 correctional officers. Figure up how much that costs the taxpayers. I could go on and on and on. If the I'm sorry, you're American anyway. If the Illinois taxpayer woke the hell up and realized where their money's actually going, and it's going to the state retirement system, it's going to these teachers' retirement systems, it's going to all these state employees, man, they would snap. They would snap. You know, and then here's another one. How about when Ryan was governor, he put a moratorium on the death penalty, and then this bozo named Quinn decides to get rid of the death penalty. Then you have them Harris boys in Lincoln that brutally butchered and murdered that entire family, and it's on your dime now that they have to rot in jail for the rest of their life. So you're paying what comes to a roughly $45,000 a year to care for a piece of crap. When you could take him and put him in front of a firing line, and a bullet would take care of that problem. Or you could throw a rope over a branch, that'd take care of that problem. Or you could put him in an electric chair, pour water on him, and fry him. That'd take care of that problem. Or you could do like they do to most animals in the United States now. You could euthanize him. Put that animal to sleep. That'd take care of that problem. Because I guarantee you, if I was governor, the death penalty's coming back, and there won't be a waiting line. I believe the way Texas does it. They got an express lane. You're found guilty, you get one complaint to the Texas Supreme Court, one complaint to the U.S. Supreme Court. After that, I don't know what to tell you. Except what color flowers you want, what do you want for your last meal? But anyway, that's just my random thoughts of the day. What do you think? Should I run for governor? If anybody actually watches these, do you think I should run for governor? Because I got a lot more other ideas too. It don't take somebody with a degree, a college degree, to fix this state. What it needs is a downstate person with some compassion, some humility, some common sense to tell them idiots in Chicago that they could go take a big jump in Lake Michigan and don't come out because the water's contaminated. But anyway, because the only thing good to come out of Chicago is the Blackhawks and the Bears. The rest of everybody else can go to hell. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll think about something else to complain about. But if you think I should run for governor, please leave a comment. Because I'm honestly thinking about it. I'm not a rich businessman. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a veteran with some common sense. And I've worked in corrections. I have worked for the Department of Human Services. I have also worked for corrections in Florida and Tennessee. So I know how right to work states operate. And they do much better than this, I guarantee you. Anyway, tell me what you think. God bless you and support our men and women that are fighting in our uniform.